A Baytown mother of 5 is now days away from giving birth to quadruplets. 12 News reporter Kelsey Johnson sat down with the family to talk about this surprise pregnancy and hear what the Beaumont community is doing to give this growing family a helping hand.
I'm still nervous. I'm still scared.
Ruth Mochire is from Kenya. She has been in the United States for about a decade. She and her family were coming back from a month-long family vacation in Kenya when she found out she was pregnant.
When I came back, you have to do a medical checkup before you go back to work in any refinery. So when they did my blood test, my foreman comes and tells me, like, Ruth, you can't go back. It shows like you're pregnant. I was like, to be pregnant at this age, it's so odd for somebody over 40 years to be pregnant. Mid-40s, it's like it's impossible.
Mochire went to the hospital to get a second opinion and got an answer she and her husband were not expecting.
The doctor tells my husband, like, sit down first. And he's like, what is it? Do you know how many babies you got? He said, it's okay if it's 2, it's okay. We had twins, one died and one survived, so it's okay if we have. He said, no. Just sit down. So he sat down and he's telling 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I was like, no.
Shock and disbelief. It took Ruth and her husband 2 days to speak about the news they received. The couple left worried how they would financially support a family of 11 on one income.
And they told me I can't work there anymore because it's not advisable for a woman when pregnant to work in a construction company. Yeah, because of the chemicals in the refineries.
The family needing that extra income now more than ever after they lost their home in Harvey. Right now they're living out of two-bedroom apartments, and Ruth is left to wonder where they're going to fit 4 extra people.
We have stuff everywhere in the house because we were trying as much as possible to move what we could save out.
In Ruth's native culture, women are shamed and embarrassed for being pregnant after 40. She and her husband told their children first, but telling her parents took a little longer. And even then, she could not bring herself to tell the whole truth, only telling them of 2 babies.
They only got to know, like, I had 4 babies when it was announced in church. That is about 3 weeks ago. That's when they knew. And when I looked at them when we were seated in the church, I saw my father go like, yeah.
Ruth will be admitted to Texas Children's Hospital in Houston on Thursday. She will undergo 5 hours of testing for the babies to make sure their hearts and brains are healthy enough for delivery. Once they're born, they will remain in NICU for a month so doctors can monitor their progress.
How do you go in? They take the babies out and then you leave the babies in the hospital and then you go home and then come back, see them and go home. But I know I go through, but it's a little hard to think about it.
But she is keeping her faith in God that He will see her family through this difficult time.
With God, it's possible, and I believe when God gives you something, allows you to get into a certain situation, He already prepares a way. If you cling on to Him, you get out successful.
In Beaumont, Kelsey Johnson, 12 News.
What a strong woman. Well, Ruth attends the Seventh-day Adventist Church in Beaumont. The church has set up a GoFundMe page to help the family, and that link will be posted to our website, 12newsnow.com.